The following is a live exclusive presentation of the RBA Sports Network. You are just in time for pitch number 1 of the 2018 high school softball season. We greet you on a breezy, sunny Thursday afternoon live on the RBA Sports Network. The game of the week is back and spring sports season is here. Hi, friends. Rob Witham along with you. It is the season opener for two teams hoping to do big things in Region 5B this year, as we are live at Atlee with the three-time defending state champion Atlee Raiders as they take on the only team to score an earned run against them in their championship season of 2017. The Royals of Prince George, looking to get back to the state tournament for the first time in 4 years. We are just underway, and the current count is 2-0 on the leadoff hitter and the starting pitcher for Prince George, Laura Thompson. We'll take you through the lineups in a couple of moments, and we have much to talk about, fans. A new era here at Atlee. A new era again in the Virginia High School League. Teams changing, teams moving from one position to another. Conferences no longer here. So a lot to get you caught up on. On this premiere edition of the Game of the Week, the first of a two-night Game of the Week doubleheader, which we'll talk about our Friday night baseball Game of the Week coming up later as well. Rachel Davis in the circle for Atlee facing a 3-0 count. She'll get one down the middle for strike one. 3-1 the count, opening batter just underway, just a little bit before 6 p.m. here at Atlee High School. Rachel's ready. Here comes the 3-1, and it'll be low for ball 4 and a leadoff walk for the leadoff hitter, Laura Thompson. And that's going to bring up Sarah Thompson. Good baseball game getting ready to start behind us, the Royals and the Raiders, two teams that also want to make noise in the new Region 5B. And as that game unfolds here, we'll keep you posted on the score. Officials timeout as the home plate umpire goes out to talk to Davis in the circle. It might be a uniform issue that needs to be taken care of. She's headed over to the home dugout. A lot of very familiar names that you have been a part of Raider Nation in the last few years and enjoyed that 3 straight season championship run that the names you won't hear in the lineup tonight. Deep graduation losses, but that also means opportunity for new players to come into the forefront, much like that group did after the deep graduation losses back in 2013 and 14. First pitch to Sarah Thompson. Gets behind Emily Friel, and it's going to be Laura to second on what will be ruled a passed ball. And Prince George quickly has a runner at second. Nobody out. Wind is blowing right to left. Stars and stripes pointing straight towards left field. Out on the center field pole here late this Thursday afternoon. Next pitch fouled back to the screen, and we're going to go to 0-2 on the count. Two strikes on Sarah Thompson with Laura Thompson at second. Nobody out. Top one just underway here at Atlee. The Royals threatening early. Pop up down the right field line. And the right fielder will come in, make the catch for the first out of the inning. And that's going to bring up center fielder Caitlin Abernathy. Of course, we know her older sister who played here at Prince George, who moved on to Randolph-Macon College. And boy, they had a great start this season and two very exciting wins yesterday in top 25 softball action. Rachel Green on the catch in right field for the first out of the inning. First pitch is going to miss outside for ball one. Caitlin, the left-handed hitter, ready. Davis fires. Off speed, misses. High. 2-0. You go all the way back to early this decade. Atlee has had essentially three pitchers since 2011. Next pitch, nicely painted on the outside. 2-1 the count. Jessica Holte, who went on to a fine career at UMBC. And, of course, Laura Kate Moss and Peyton St. George. Moss now at CMU, and St. George part of the team at Duke as Abernathy swings and misses at strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count with 1 out, and Thompson, the runner, at second for Prince George, who, again, as we mentioned, last hit the state tournament level at 2014 and has been in the regional and right there at the cusp each of the last 2 seasons. Pitch misses well outside for Davis, and we'll go full at 3-2. Prince George battled Glen Allen in the old Region 5A South quarterfinals last year. Battled Lee Davis in a classic semi 2 years ago. 3-2 pitch is going to miss outside for ball 4. Puts runners at first and second with nobody out. With 1 out.
Now batting number 9, Alyssa Swords.
And that's going to bring up the cleanup hitter. And that's Alyssa Swords. Alyssa, the catcher. And one thing Prince George does have over Atlee this year is experience coming back. Did not suffer as huge a graduation losses as Atlee did. And almost the onus or the pressure is more on the home team here in the 3-time defending state champs than it is the visiting Royals, who can come in loose and fresh and experienced. And now with 2 runners on and 1 out here, top 1. Pitch misses, and we're even at 1 ball and 1 strike. With Abernathy at first, Laura Thompson, tonight's starting pitcher for the Royals, at second. And Swords trying to bring them home for an early lead for Prince George on the road. Here comes the 1-1. Missed. High. 2 balls. 1 strike. Atlee was supposed to start their season at Clover Hill on Monday, and of course Mother Nature wiped everything off the map Monday and most all games Tuesday and even a few yesterday. 2-1 pitch. Hits the outside corner for strike 2. Alyssa thought about pulling the trigger, held the bat back, and the count is even at 2-2. Brooke Loving on deck. Pitch, swing and a miss, and down goes Swords. First strikeout for Rachel Davis.
For the Royals, number 3, Brooke Loving.
And that'll bring up Loving with 2 down and 2 on here. Early opportunity for the Royals that they don't want to let slip away, which would certainly give the young Davis confidence. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. And when we say young when it comes to Rachel Davis, we're not talking as much about age as we are experience in these situations. She got 2 innings in the old 5A state semifinal last year when the game at that point, it was pretty much no longer in doubt. Next pitch right down the pike, and we're even at 1 ball and 1 strike. But that circle belongs to her this season. And head coach Tom McIntyre and the staff are counting on her, like they've counted on Holte in the past under the former coaching regime. St. George Moss as well. Change up, hit into center. Here comes Ayer, and Kelly Ayer, the freshman, will make the catch in left center field to end the inning and strand a pair. So 2 left on base early on for Prince George. And Atlee will come up to bat for the first time in 2018. Middle of the first inning, we are no score. We mentioned a moment ago, first of 2 nights of Game of the Week action here on the RVA Sports Network. Night 2 tomorrow night, we get baseball up and running, and we got a great one right behind us just underway, Prince George and Atlee. Tomorrow night should be just as good. Hanover hosting James River. 2 teams that I suspect we'll see in our inaugural RVA Sports Network Top 10 Baseball Poll, which will come out on Sunday during our next Central Region Now podcast. Looking forward to that. We'll have that for you during the day on Sunday. Top 10 baseball, top 10 softball polls, first ones of the year come out Sunday. They'll be on the podcast, and they'll also be posted at rvasportsnetwork.com. So James River, Hanover, we go live tomorrow night, 7 o'clock from Hanover High School. We'll also have bonus Twitter coverage of James River and Hanover softball, which will begin an hour earlier at 6. Of course, across our Twitter network, Hanover fans can follow on Hanover Sports, and James River fans can follow on Chesterfield Sports on Twitter. Laura Thompson getting set for her 3rd season at the helm in the circle for Prince George, wanting to break that barrier and get to the state tournament this season. And we'll see how she deals with the top of the Atlee lineup.
Number 7, Kelly Ayer.
So Prince George leaves a pair aboard in their half of the first. And the freshman, the center fielder who just made the nice catch in left center to end that threat, Kelly Ayer, about to take her first swing in varsity softball. Thompson is ready. First pitch down the middle for strike 1. Atlee used to having Kelly Warren in that leadoff hitting position the last few years. She now with East Tennessee State, along with Glen Allen standout Julia Fritz, who's having a nice offensive start to her freshman season for the Bucks. 0-1, tipped foul, and back to the screen. And quickly Ayer down, no balls and 2 strikes. Ayer, Alyssa Bernardini, Jordan Durbin, who has moved defensively from second to short, replacing Casey Barrett, due up here in the bottom of the first inning. Thompson's ready, the 0-2. Outside corner for strike 3. And Ayer will take a seat. 1 out here, bottom of the first. And that will bring up Alyssa Bernardini. Looking to bunt. Misses. No balls, 1 strike to Alyssa. Durbin on deck. Durbin will be joining Fritz and Warren in a year down there at ETSU. 0-1 swing and a miss, and quickly 0-2 the count to Bernardini. Left-handed hitter, Laura Thompson, the right-handed hurler. 0-2 fires, swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts. Strong start for Thompson, the veteran.
Raiders, number 2, Jordan Durbin.
And that will bring up, early on this year, the most important hitter in this Atlee lineup, and certainly the most experienced in Jordan Durbin. See if she can get something going here. 2 out, nobody on, bottom 1. Thompson will back off the rubber. Baseball underway. There in the bottom of the first. Prince George does not scratch. And the Raiders to bat there. Thompson's ready and delivers. Outside corner, strike 1. Zach Beach, it's its birthday today. He's committed to Coastal Carolina. Junior for the Raiders. Looks to be the heart of their baseball lineup as Durbin taps 1 foul down the third base line to make the count again quickly 0-2. Nary a ball for Thompson so far in this inning. 8 pitches. And that's about as efficient as you can get, unless you put the ball in play on the first pitch each time and get out of it with a 3-pitch inning. Durbin ready. Thompson, the 0-2. High. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thompson checks her armband. Has the pitch. That one gets away from her. Immediately looks over at the coach and gives the cut sign on the neck saying, we can't throw that pitch tonight. And that one rolled about 30 feet to the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. In our microphone and our protector, you can hear the wind blowing again from right to left field. Occasional veracity. The 2-2 pitch is going to miss outside and will go full at 3-2. They finished one at baseball, no score, Prince George and Atlee. Here, 3-2, 2 out, nobody on for Durbin. Bottom 1, no score. Raiders trying to get a 2-out rally going in their first inning of offense of 2018. Thompson is ready. The 3-2. Popped up, foul, and out of play. Just behind the Prince George faithful down the third base line. Thompson's ready. The 3-2 again is low for ball 4. And Durbin will get on, be the first base runner of the year with 2 out and nobody on. And Rachel Davis with a chance to help herself coming to the plate with 2 out and 1 on. Thompson checks the sign, digs in a little at the rubber, and gets set for her first pitch to Davis. Low, ball 1. Season opener for both teams, thanks to that Monday snow out. Atlee and Clover Hill not occurring. Thompson ready. The 1-0. Right at the Atlee letters for strike 1. Even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Should Davis get aboard, April Hooper is on deck and ready. 2 out, 1-1 the count. Durbin at first. The pitch outside. Nice job by Swords to get up quickly to get that one. 2-1 the count. Not the only action in town tonight, thanks to Mother Nature changing things around. We'll talk about that in a minute. First, the 2-1. Roped into right field. Right fielder coming on and makes a wonderful diving catch. A beautiful stab. Goodness gracious. That is Jamie Fields, the flex player. Check that. That's Aaron Miles who made that catch. In right, coming down, and she had the glove right against the ground. Had she been 100th of a second earlier, that ball would have popped off of it on the ground, and that would have been a fair ball. Could have possibly roped by her. But she timed that one perfectly, the dive, the whole thing, and was able to make the catch. And they'll strand Durbin at first. So we'll go top 2. No score here on the RVA Sports Network High School Softball Game of the Week. Premier Week, and we're finally out. Boy, I tell you, Monday night, nothing. Tuesday night, essentially nothing. Wednesday, for those of you last night who went out and endeavored at a game, and there were some that went on in the various spring sports, God bless you. You should have gotten a medal or maybe even free admission because it was just so cold and so windy and so brutal. Temperatures at least got a little higher today, so it's not going to be too bad until we get into the late innings, and that sun that's in our eyes down the first base line right now will be gone, and things will get chilly in a hurry as we get set for inning number 2. Thanks to our friends at Royals Media Now. Prince George girls soccer with a halftime lead, 4-0 over Highland Springs.
Leading off for the Royals, number 34, designated player, Madison Quisenberry.
So it'll be Madison Quisenberry. 6, 7, 8. Part of the Royals lineup here in inning number 2. They left 2 aboard in the first, and Rachel Davis now works with nobody on. First pitch of the inning will miss outside for ball 1. Pitch will take that outside corner and will be evened up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Next pitch, swing and a miss. And Davis now ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Davis ready, grounded towards short. Durbin grabs it, the throw to first in time. And Quisenberry retired, 1 out, top of inning number 2.
Now batting number 29, first baseman Kyla Nace.
That's going to bring up the first baseman. Kyla Nace, the batter. Number 7 hitter in the order. First pitch from Davis. Outside corner for strike 1 to the left-handed hitting first baseman. Dinwiddie and Hanover are making up their Tuesday rain/wet/snow outs. 0-2 the count as Davis pulls the string and gets in there for strike 2. Both in baseball and softball, and Dinwiddie again wants to be a force in Class 4 Region B in both sports. Next pitch fouled back to the screen, and it'll still be 0-2. And, of course, Hanover baseball will get everybody's biggest test. So they've got Dinwiddie at home tonight, James River on our game of the week at home tomorrow night. Busy 28 hours for the Hawks. 0-2, swing and a miss. Nays chases the outside pitch that just flails down. And she had no chance at that one. 2 out, nobody on. And the wind really picking up in intensity now as Godfrey comes to the plate with 2 out. And on here, top second, first pitch low for ball 1. You know it's windy when your half full bottle of water goes flying away from you. 1-0 pitch from Davis. Line towards short, right to Durbin for the 3rd out of the inning. So 3 up, 3 down. We go bottom 2, and we are still scoreless here at Atlee High School. It's good to be back out on the softball and the baseball fields. Lacrosse, soccer underway. Tennis, outdoor track. It is the busiest of the 3 high school seasons in terms of number of sports that are played. And so it's always a sprint for us in the final 88 to 90 days to the finish. State tournaments this year in Class 5 and Class 6 have moved. They are now here in Richmond after a long stretch in Northern Virginia. If either an Atlee team or a Lee Davis team in Hanover County, if these Prince George Royals can get to the state tournament, it won't be a far trip. Glen Allen and Deep Run co-hosting the Class 5 and 6 state spring jubilees, June 8th and 9th.
Left fielder number 6, April Hooper.
For teams in the area in Class 4, like Hanover that we talked about, Patrick Henry has moved down from 5 to 4. Those state tournaments return to Salem. Second weekend in June. That's the destination all of these young ladies want to be at. State tournament time. They want to play the last game of the year on that Saturday. First pitch, Thompson misses inside. And the count, 1-0 as the bottom of the second gets underway. Hooper, Smith, Friel due up. 5, 6, 7 for the Raiders. Low. And the count's 2-0 to Hooper. Still no score in baseball there in the bottom of the second inning as Atlee is to bat. Thompson is ready. Delivers the 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1 the count to April Hooper. Riley Smith on deck. Emily Friel scheduled to appear also in this bottom of inning number 2. Thompson's ready, the 2-1, swing and a miss at a low one, and we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lee Davis got their first win in their opener last night at home against Hermitage, shutting them out 14-0. 2-2 pitch coming from Thompson outside, and we go full at 3-2. Patrick Henry's opener was supposed to be against Midlothian Tuesday at home. That got knocked out due to Mother Nature. Patriots scheduled to go to Clover Hill this coming Monday. Lord willing, the creek don't rise again. We hope to be there with live coverage on Twitter. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Hooper goes down for the first out of the inning.
For the Raiders, number 19, Riley Smith.
That'll bring up Smith. 3 strikeouts so far this afternoon and 1 walk from Laura Thompson. Only 1 ball in play, and that was the line out nicely caught in right field to end the first inning. First pitch at the knees and across for strike 1 to Smith with Friel on deck. 1 out, nobody on, bottom 2, no score. Next pitch, right back to Thompson. Is able to grab it, run toward first, pitch it to Nays, and there are 2 down here in the bottom of the second.
Now batting number 15, catcher Emily Friel.
So Friel to the plate. Taking over full time behind the plate from the now graduated Amanda Bohannon, who of course spent a season back there in 17. Before that, Rain Wilson patrolling behind the plate. First pitch outside, the count 1-0. Wilson and Peyton St. George, both a part of the first softball team in Duke University history, and they've had a pretty doggone good season so far. And we're hoping to see them live late in the month of April. The 1-0, that is right down the pike. We're even at 1-1. Duke scheduled for an late season affair at Longwood University, April 25th. And we've got that one on our calendar. Looking forward to that. Next pitch misses low. And the count's 2-1 to Friel. Rachel Green on deck should the inning continue. Thompson's ready and delivers. Lined right up the middle, and that's a base hit for Emily Friel. First hit of the afternoon belongs to the Atlee catcher with 2 out here in the second.
13, Rachel Green.
And that will bring up Rachel Green. We're going to get a courtesy runner for the catcher.
Courtesy runner, number 13, Kayla Maxson.
So Kayla Maxson will come on, and she will run for Friel. Wind begins to pick up a little more. First pitch to Green is low for ball one. Lee Davis baseball underway for the season opener for Douglas Freeman at Freeman. Kenmore Field, the site tonight. Lee Davis with a tough extra inning loss in their opener at home last night to Hermitage, 6-5 in 8 innings. Time called as Green goes over to talk to Coach McIntyre down the third base line. Swords will head to the mound to talk to Laura Thompson for a moment. Top of the third at baseball. No score between the Royals and Raiders. Unusual that baseball is trending quicker than softball. I suspect that trend will reverse itself here soon. Maxson, the courtesy runner for Friel, who singled with 2 out. Thompson's ready, the pitch. Outside, going to go for the steal. Good throw by Swords. Maxson is retired, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. And we'll go to inning number 3 with our score still. Prince George, 0, and Atlee, 0. Here on the Game of the Week on the RBA Sports Network. We're going to take a moment for a quick pause. Get a quick thing of water. Be back in just a moment.
Sheehy Ford of Ashland, with the largest inventory of Fords in the Mid-Atlantic, says fall head-over deals. Up to 40% off MSRP or 0% financing for up to 72 months. Sheehy is proud to present its Military Appreciation Program with savings and additional discounts for active duty, military reserve, retired military, dependent families, and now law enforcement. It's easy at Sheehy. Sheehy Ford of Ashland, Route 1 just south of Ashland. Online at SheehyFordAshland.com.
Incorporated has been serving the Richmond and surrounding areas since 1923, offering the finest in home heating oil and propane gas. They also offer professional service and installation of standby generators, tankless water heaters, gas logs, and gas or oil furnaces. Call them today for all of your heating needs at 355-1721. That's 355-1721. Massey Wood and West.
All right, fans, back top 3. Still no score on opening night for the 3-time defending state champions, the Atlee Raiders, and the Prince George Royals here on the RBA Sports Network High School Softball Game of the Week. First pitch, Davis is high for ball 1. 9-1-2 this inning. Miles and then Laura and Sarah Thompson. Pitch driven towards second, caught it, lost it, and then the second baseman's able to grab it off the ground and throw it to first just in time. And 1 down here in the top of the third. Wasn't the prettiest way to get it done, but it got it done. And Thompson, the top of the order, up with 1 out, nobody on here in the third. The first pitch low and away for ball 1. Alyssa Bernardini had nice persistence over there at second, not to quit on the play when she realized the ball popped out. 1-0 pitch. Grounder toward Bernardini at second. That one much easier to handle and delivers the firing shot. Thompson's a speedster down that line, the left-handed hitter as well.
Batting number 7, Sarah Thompson.
Beat her by a half step. 2 down, nobody on for Sarah Thompson. So consecutive groundouts to Alyssa Bernardini, 2 down. First pitch, strike 1 for Davis to Sarah Thompson. Laura in the circle, Sarah the shortstop. Next pitch, pop down the right field line. Second baseman's going to come over. The wind keeps it just at the place where the dirt meets the grass, and Bernardini is going to grab the catch and have 2 assists and a putout. And 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the third. We'll go bottom of third. And still scoreless. Now with Maxon, the courtesy runner, caught stealing bottom of the second, Green will get her at bat here. So it'll be 8, 9, and 1 for Atlee here in the bottom of the third inning. Green, Victoria Bernardini, the third baseman, and then back to the top of the order with Kelly Ayer. Prince George has a couple of runners on in the top of the third, looking to try to break the scoreless tie over at baseball. And as we mentioned a moment ago, we're in the bottom of the third now in softball, so that flip has occurred. So the 8, 9, 1 hitters. Green, Victoria Bernardini in the top of the order, Kelly Ayer.
Leading off for the Raiders, number 14, Rachel Green.
Yeah, this new Region 5B, the 15-team all-Richmond area team region, that if you are only a follower of spring sports, you may not be familiar with. First pitch at the letters for strike one to Green. Atlee played in that Conference 16, got shipped up to the 5A North region the last 2 years, along with Patrick Henry. And of course, the 4-year conference experiment expired in June. No more conferences. Next pitch, swing and a miss, and Green down 0-2. Just regions. Now in basketball, Region 5B took the top 8 teams out of 15 and had a 3-round tournament. They could choose to do the same in baseball, softball, soccer, etc. 0-2 pitch, swing, got back to the backstop. Swords gets it just in time on the throw to first, and Green strikes out for the first out of the inning. Nice job by Alyssa
Number 1, Victoria Bernardini,
to get back to the backstop, grab that ball and fire it down to first base. And that'll bring up Victoria Bernardini. Boy, did she make some big defensive plays at third last year during Atlee's run to Northern Virginia and that third straight title. The lefty is ready. First pitch from Thompson will miss low and outside for ball one. So after 2 years in that North region, Atlee returns to the same region as their Richmond area brethren. Patrick Henry, after being in that situation for 4 years, is now down in 4, Class 4. Bunt attempt popped up. Swords will grab it. And 2 out. Here in the bottom of the third.
Batting now, number 7, Kelly Ayer.
And that'll bring up the top of the order in Kelly Ayer. Ayer struck out her first time at bat. The left-handed freshman deep in the batter's box. Thompson is ready. Looks to put down the bunt, and it's just foul. Kelly's got wheels, too, and can get down that first base line like another Kelly we've watched at the top of the order for the Raiders the last few seasons. No ball, 1 strike. To Ayer. Might remember her older brother, Brett, had a pretty doggone good pitching career a few years back here at Atlee. 0-1. Swing and a miss, and the count's 0-2. Prince George has just scored to take a 2-0 lead at baseball, top of inning number 3. Coming up here, the 0-2 pitch to Ayer from Thompson. Got her. Looking for the second time this afternoon. And that is now 5 strikeouts for Laura Thompson as we go to the top of the 4th inning here at Atlee High School. And the sun begins to bend towards its descent tonight. Prince George, nothing, and Atlee, nothing. Game of the week here live on the RBA Sports Network. Rob Witham along with you. Looking forward to being back with you about 24 hours from now, live from Hanover High School, where it will be James River against Hanover, baseball game of the week at 7 o'clock Eastern on our YouTube channel. All of our games live at youtube.com/RBA Sports Network. Embedded YouTube player always available at our websites, both RBASportsNetwork.com and HanoverCountySports.net. And we pop the YouTube player on our Facebook pages as well. If you don't like us on Facebook yet, we'd love to have you join us. Facebook.com/Hanover Sports for fans in Hanover County. Facebook.com/RBA Sports Network for fans across the Richmond area. So it is 2-0, and Prince George bats top 3 in baseball. Here we go, top 4, and no score in softball.
Leading off for the Royals, center fielder number 6, Caitlin Abernathy.
So it'll be the 3, 4, 5 hitters, Abernathy, Swords, Loving. Davis is ready. First pitch, misses high for ball 1. Davis set the pitch inside, missing that time, and 2-0 to Caitlin, whose sister Casey is in the house here, I see on Twitter this afternoon from her day off at Randolph-Macon. Boy, 2 big wins for the Yellow Jackets yesterday. They're ranked number 13 in the country in Division III. That pitch is fouled back and out of play toward the baseball field. And the count's 2-1 here, top of the 4th inning. Abernathy, Swords, Loving, 3, 4, 5 hitters for these Prince George Royals. 2-1. Waited on the hanger and lines it foul down the third base line and out of play. It'll scatter off the fence. And we'll be even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Davis is ready, the 2-2. Just check swing foul back to the screen. We'll stay at 2-2. Got Game of the Week Baseball live here on the network tomorrow night. We are live on ESPN Richmond tomorrow morning. We'll tell you more about our RBA Locals Only segment coming up in between the half innings. Davis is ready, 2-2 again. Again fouled, out of play. And Caitlin, center fielder, will line up again, make Davis fire some more here. Count 2-2, nobody on, nobody out. Top 4, no score. The pitch. Line toward Durbin, and she's able to make the catch, heading toward the grass in shallow left center field. 1 out as we get a foul ball baseball here to the Atlee Nation to my right.
Royals, number 9, Alyssa Swords.
You got to be really careful when you're at a high school sporting event in the springtime. We've seen baseballs on softball fields, softballs on baseball fields, baseballs fouled to soccer fields. We've seen it all. Swords will foul 1 out of play, and the count is 0-1 with 1 out, nobody on here, top of the 4th. Happens at Hanover with regularity. Doesn't happen at Lee Davis. That's where you'll see softballs interrupt soccer matches occasionally. 0-1. Popped up. Will it stay in play? The answer's no. Comes right here beside us. Young man took it a little bit in the shin, but is going to return the ball and walk it off. He's a hockey player. He's going to be just fine. And the count is 0-2. It's a foul-a-thon here all of a sudden. Top of the 4th. Loving on deck. Davis ready. Here comes the 0-2. Got the corner for strike 3. Beautiful pitch from Rachel. 2 down. Nobody on. Swords retires. And Loving comes to the plate. Royals still batting top 3, trying to add to the 2 they've put on. 2-0 lead over Atlee. Loving is ready. First pitch from Davis. High and outside for ball one. Quisenberry on deck should the inning roll on. The 1-0. Outside corner for strike one. Had a couple of nice defensive plays here already this afternoon. And only one hit. That 2-out single from Friel in the second. Liner towards second. And I think she caught it, but she throws it over to first just to make sure. Alyssa Bernardini, who's had a busy last couple of innings. 3 up, 3 down, and Davis now seems to be settled down after a little shaky start there in the first, where the Royals had their best chance to score and left 2 aboard. Middle of the fourth, no score. Raiders coming to bat. Well, tomorrow morning, we're back live on ESPN Richmond for our new segment with them. So glad to be partnering with our friends at ESPN Richmond, 99.5, 1027, as well as 950 AM and online at espnrichmond.com. It's called RVA Locals Only. Each week, we endeavor to talk live with a coach or player in the Richmond area to keep you posted on everything going on in the high school sports scene. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be joined by John Marshall, head basketball coach, Ty White, as we get to talk about their Class 3 state championship win over Western Albemarle back on Saturday at the Siegel Center. Isaiah Todd, so much press about him.
Up for the Raiders. Number 5, Alyssa Bernardini.
Of course, he's listed as the number 1 prospect in the ESPN ranking for the class of 2020, but there's some other fantastic underclassmen on that team that helped lead them to a championship. We'll talk to Coach Ty about that tomorrow morning, 9:30 on ESPN Richmond. Again, 99.5, 1027 FM, 950 AM. Online if you're in the office at espnrichmond.com or on the ESPN Richmond app. Myself, Bob Black, Andrew Wallace, part of the Black Andrew Sports Huddle, which you can hear weekday mornings 8 to 10 on ESPN Richmond. Count even at 1-1 as we are underway bottom of the fourth inning. Swing and a miss. And Alyssa Bernardini is down to the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2, 3, 4 batters in this inning. Alyssa, Jordan Durbin, Rachel Davis coming up. And the wind continues to blow right to left. And the sun approaches the end of its day. Third baseman's going to come over, grab that one, and the throw is in time to retire Bernardini. Nice throw, Haley Godfrey. And Godfrey makes it 1 away here in the bottom of the fourth. And that'll bring up Jordan Durbin, who walked in her first plate appearance. Prince George, nothing. Atlee, nothing. Bottom of the fourth. 1 out, nobody on. Lined over the shortstop's head and into left field for a base hit. Durbin gets her first hit of 2018 on the very first pitch with confidence. Lines it into left field and a runner on with 1 out here in the fourth. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Rachel Davis, with an opportunity to get things again going for her personally. Takes a deep breath, heads into the batter's box. Thompson checks the defense, toes the rubber. Durbin, the runner at first. Thompson ready, first pitch. Beautiful. Strike 1. Great confidence with that pitch. 0-1 the count. They've gone bottom of the third. There are 2 out for Atlee, and they are down 2-0 to Prince George in baseball. Here, Durbin at first, 0-1 the count with 1 out. Pitch high outside, gets away from Swords. To second goes Durbin. They tried the pitch out, and Alyssa couldn't handle it. And Jordan easily into second base. Now a run in scoring position for Davis if she could get one in the gap here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Durbin at second. Pitch high and away. 2-1 the count. Thompson takes her time. Now she's ready. Pretty important pitch here. 2-1. Got that corner. We're even at 2-2. Again, the sign of a veteran pitcher who's been in this situation before, just reared back and fired that one and kissed the corner perfectly. And we're even at 2-2 to Davis with Durbin at second and 1 out. Bottom 4, no score. Looking to paint that corner again. Let's see. Swing and a miss, and Davis goes down. 2 down here in the 4th inning.
I'm batting number 6, April Hooper.
And that brings up April Hooper. The 2 down runner at second is Durbin. With 2 down, she has the advantage of being able to go on about anything. First pitch. Down the middle for strike 1 to Hooper. Should Hooper get aboard, get the inning going and continuing, Smith in the batter's box. 0-1 to count, 2 down. Durbin, the first Atlee runner in scoring position this evening. Thompson is ready. The 0-1. Got the corner again. 0-2 to Hooper. And Swords, the catcher, makes no secret of what they intend to do. She sets up outside. 6, 7, 8 seconds before Thompson even, she's already there. Long before Thompson thinks about delivering it. The 0-2, got it. She is getting that corner 9 times out of 10, including that time, and it leaves Durbin stranded at second. And we finish 4 here tonight at Atlee High School on the RBA Sports Network High School Softball Game of the Week. Our score still 0-0. We're still looking for the first run of 2018. Again, tomorrow night, we got baseball for you, fans. Be with us 7 Eastern on our YouTube channel as James River comes across the river to take on the Hawks of Hanover. Jack Dragum, Will Lopez, Nick Zona, Hanover's pitching staff deep again this year, and likely what will take them if they're able to try to get to what would be their 6th consecutive state tournament. They won titles in 13, 14, and 16. They were runner-up last year, and in the Final Four in 2015, they want to get back again. Coverage tomorrow night, 7 Eastern, James River Hanover Baseball. Game of the week here only on the RBA Sports Network. And you can listen live on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/RBA Sports Network. The embedded player always available, top of the page at RBASportsNetwork.com. And when we've got a Hanover County team involved, you can also listen live on the player at the top of Hanover County Sports.net. First pitch to Quisenberry to open the 5th is outside by Davis for ball 1. Next pitch is in the dirt. And quickly Davis down 2-0. Quisenberry, Nays, Godfrey scheduled to hit for Prince George here in inning number 5. They've gone to the 4th in baseball, and it is still Prince George 2 and Atlee nothing. Next pitch inside. Quisenberry gets away from it, and it's 3-0 the count. Davis behind 3-0, gets set. The 3-0 pitch. Hit towards short. Durbin is there. Had trouble. Got it over. And got her. Oh, what a bullet throw by Durbin just in time.
Now batting for the Royals, number 29, Kyla Nace.
And there is one away here in the 5th. One away, Nays the batter. First pitch, strike one, outside corner. Oh, 1 the count. Davis takes a look at the armband and fires. Low and outside, we're even at 1-1. Got this game tonight, our game with James River Hanover Baseball tomorrow night, fans, and a lot more game of the week where that comes from. And we'll be updating our game of the week broadcast schedule as Nays swings and misses. 1-2 the count. Ump says foul tip into the catcher's mitt. 1-2. Davis ahead. We'll be adding a lot more game of the week broadcast between now and the middle of May. Broadcast schedule always at the right-hand side of RVA. Sportsnetwork.com as Nays swings and misses for strike 3. So 2 down and nobody on for Haley Godfrey, the third baseman. 2 out, top 5. Prince George nothing, Atlee nothing. Game number 1 for 2 teams who hope to be playing in the final game of the season a little less than 3 months from now. Swing and a miss. Godfrey chases one outside, and the count's 0-1. We will have tons of spring sports action for you here, fans, on our YouTube channel. Looking forward to it. Godfrey doesn't chase that one. It went high, and we're even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And as soon as we make the broadcast official with the various home athletic directors, we'll keep you posted again on the broadcast schedule, right-hand side of RVASportsNetwork.com. The 1-1. Up the middle, goes off of Davis's glove, and it caroms, and Durbin had raced towards second to try to grab the dribbler up the middle. And that's going to be ruled an infield hit for Godfrey. So 1 on and 2 out. Aaron Miles, the right fielder, to the plate. If she can get on base, top of the order could come up for Prince George. First pitch misses a bit high for ball 1. As Friel pops up, thinking about having to make the throw to second, which did not happen. The count, the pitch, outside corner for strike 1, and we're even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Godfrey at first with 2 out. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Friel feigns a throw to first and sends it back to Davis instead. Her pitcher ahead in the count at 1-2. Aaron Miles trying to keep the inning alive and get the top of the order up here in the 5th for Prince George. Laura Thompson's waiting on deck. Pitch, swing and a miss, and Davis retires Miles. They'll strand a runner here in the 5th. We go bottom 5. Prince George nothing. Atlee nothing. Game of the week rolls on after this on the RVA Sports Network.
Sheehy Ford of Ashland, with the largest inventory of Fords in the Mid-Atlantic, says fall head-over deals. Up to 40% off MSRP or 0% financing for up to 72 months. Sheehy is proud to present its Military Appreciation Program with savings and additional discounts for active duty, military reserve, retired military, dependent families, and now law enforcement. It's easy at Sheehy. Sheehy Ford of Ashland, Route 1 just south of Ashland. Online at
Massey Wood and West Incorporated has been serving the Richmond and surrounding areas since 1923, offering the finest in home heating oil and propane gas. They also offer professional service and installation of standby generators, tankless water heaters, gas logs, and gas or oil furnaces. Call them today for all of your heating needs at 355-1721. That's 355-1721. Massey Wood and West.
And let's go bottom of the 5th. And it'll be Riley Smith, Emily Friel, Rachel Green, the scheduled hitters. 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Bottom 5, no score here on the game of the week. Smith grounded back to the pitcher first time up. First pitch, foul tipped off of Swords for strike one, back to the backstop. Bottom of the fourth, now at baseball, still Prince George 2 and Atlee nothing. Thompson ready, the 0-1. Gets the outside corner for strike two. Oh-2 the count. Thompson living off that outside corner right now. Atlee's going to have a hard time getting on the board until they can figure that out at least once or twice. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Swords will have to throw it to first to make it official, and does for the first out of inning number 5.
Now batting number 15, Emily Friel.
Friel to the plate. She had the single right up the gut in the second. Maxson, though, the courtesy runner, caught stealing to end that inning. Lights are on. Sun has almost gone behind the trees, and the coats are coming on fast and furious. First pitch is outside for ball one. So once you lose the heating of the daytime, it's going to get, we mentioned this early, chilly quickly. Bottom 5 still searching for the game's first run. Thompson is ready for the 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. Foul over toward the home dugout. We're even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Thompson is ready. So is Friel. The 1-1. Low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Before our game of the week tomorrow night at 7, James River and Hanover. Rapids and Hawks softball start at 6, so we'll have a chance to watch a good part of that game before we go live with baseball. And again, we mentioned weather permitting Monday, we're going to be up at Clover Hill in the afternoon to check out Patrick Henry and Clover Hill. Looking forward to that one as well. Pop up, going to go foul, and going to go out of play behind us. And we'll be even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Atlee just hit a home run at baseball. Trying to see if that's Zach on his birthday. Nope, it's not. It's 22. I don't have my baseball roster with me. Sorry about that, fans. That one's loped towards center field, and it's going to drop. And Friel has her second consecutive hit right up the gut. This time with 1 out in the 5th inning, and that'll bring up, well, Green is scheduled to appear. We're going to get Maxson again, and I believe we may get a pinch hitter here. Looks like Margaret Lavender is going to come up to hit.
Hitting for the Raiders. Number 10, Margaret Lavender.
So Margaret to the plate with the courtesy runner at first for Friel, who's singled twice today. Raiders on the board now. 2-1 at baseball, bottom 4. So the homer was a solo shot. All right, everything's set. Courtesy runner in, Lavender in. The infield is in with 1 out and 1 on and a scoreless 5th inning. Thompson's first pitch, a pitch out. And the runner back at first safely. Ball 1. That's Maxson. Courtesy running a second time. Got a jacket on, so had to look at her face there at first base when she dove down safely and recognize her, of course, from watching her at basketball this past season. Thompson's ready for the 1-0 delivery. Gets the corner, even at 1-1. Prince George nothing, Atlee nothing here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Royals have to be ready for the sacrifice possibility. That's high. Swords does a great job hanging on to that one, not allowing it to go to the backstop, costing them a base. 2-1 the count. Nays playing in at first. Godfrey at third. 2-1 the count now. Thompson fires. Strike two. Outside corner, really toward more of the meat of the plate than some of the calls have been there for her. And we're even at 2-2. Bernardini on deck. The 2-2. Rip toward first. Nays fires to second to one. The first got the double play. As Loving, the second baseman, is there to cover. It is a 3-6-4 inning-ending double play. And we'll go to inning number 6. And we're still tied. Prince George nothing. Atlee nothing. Game of the week rolls on next on the RVA Sports Network.
Sheehy Ford of Ashland, with the largest inventory of Fords in the Mid-Atlantic, says fall head-over deals. Up to 40% off MSRP or 0% financing for up to 72 months. Sheehy is proud to present its Military Appreciation Program with savings and additional discounts for active duty, military reserve, retired military, dependent families, and now law enforcement. It's easy at Sheehy. Sheehy Ford of Ashland, Route 1 just south of Ashland. Online at sheehyfordashland.com.
Wood & West Incorporated has been serving the Richmond and surrounding areas since 1923, offering the finest in home heating oil and propane gas. They also offer professional service and installation of standby generators, tankless water heaters, gas logs, and gas or oil furnaces. Call them today for all of your heating needs at 355-1721. That's 355-1721. Massey Wood & West.
Let's go to the 6th and the top of the order for Prince George. And we have our first final of the evening just in.
Leading off for the Royals, number 11, Laura Thompson.
Final scored this afternoon across the river. Cosby, slugfest, defeats Manchester 10-8 the final score. Lee Davis's next softball game is at Manchester, weather permitting, on Tuesday afternoon. Oh, 1 pitch now to Thompson. She'll slap that one foul and out of play. And over toward the baseball fans down the first base line. And the count is now even at 1-1. So Titans 10, Lancers 8. Down in Class 6 Region B, looking to make noise this year. Thompson bunts one foul back to the screen. And the count's 1-2 on the top of the order. The pitcher, Laura Thompson. Sarah is on deck. Tapper toward first. Play at first. They're in time. La Femina makes the play, and there's one out here in the 6th inning.
Number 7, Sarah Thompson.
So one out, nobody on for Sarah Thompson. Nothing, our score. Defensive battle early in the season. First pitch, inside for ball 1. Abernathy on deck with one away here in the top of the 6th inning. Davis is ready, the 1-0. Right down the pike for strike 1, and the count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike to Sarah Thompson. Next pitch, tapped, bunt attempt will go foul. Back toward Abernathy in the on-deck circle, third baseline, and the count's 1-2. Nottoway has defeated Goochland this afternoon, 6-0 the final score. So Cosby a winner over Manchester 10-8, and Nottoway beats Goochland 6-0. The finals in softball so far in today. Next pitch fouled back and out of play toward the JV field behind us, and we stay at 1-2. And Coach Nelson of Cosby, the new baseball coach, only the second coach in the history of Cosby baseball, gets his first win as Cosby outslugs Manchester in baseball as well. Final there, 17-7. This pitch by Thompson hit into the gap, left center field. She's going to go for two. Here comes the throw, and she's in. She beats the throw just barely. She gets under the swipe tag of Bernardini, and it is a one-out double to left center for Sarah Thompson. And the Royals have their first runner in scoring position since the first inning with Caitlin Abernathy to bat. Oh, that was close. Bernardini's arms a couple of inches longer. She's out. It was a bang call. Thompson at second. First pitch. Misses high for ball one. A moment ago, we were just sitting here thinking, this game is it's a 1-0 final waiting to happen. It's just a matter of where does the one come from. And now the Royals with their best chance to score since the opening frame. The 1-0 pitch. That's in there for strike one. Davis evens the count at 1 strike. Atlee batting bottom four. They've scratched another run in. They have tied the baseball game at 2-2. Davis is ready for the 1-1. It's outside. 2 strike. Friel chases Thompson back to second. Abernathy ready. Davis ready. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, and we're even at 2-2. Atlee just takes the lead in baseball on an RBI single. It's 3-2, bottom of the fourth. Raiders with 3 unanswered at the baseball diamond. Back behind us and to our left. Davis, the 2-2 pitch. Foul down the left field line and out of play. Will stay at 2-2. Davis is ready. 2-2 again. Fouled again. Out of play. Ump will call time. We'll get a couple of new softballs out here. Well, may not be new. They're new to the moment. Two the count. Davis to the rubber. Abernathy ready. The pitch. Again, fouled out of play. And Caitlin doing a great job staying alive at 2 strikes. Making Rachel Davis work hard in this at-bat. Davis back in. She's ready. Another 2-2. That one hit toward left field. It's playable, and it gets away from the left fielder. Thompson will come around third. She'll go for home. They're going to get the runner at second, and she'll get back safely as the first baseman who came over on the play delayed her throw back to second. Could have gotten Abernathy. Run scores. 1-0, Prince George. What an at-bat for Caitlin Abernathy. And here comes Swords to the plate with a 1-0 Prince George lead. And Abernathy now the runner at second. First pitch high for ball one. Get down the right field line, but the right fielder's right there Green makes the catch. She'll throw toward third, and it's going to go over the head of the third baseman, and Abernathy will come in to score. Error costs the Raiders a run there, and with now 2 out and nobody on, it is 2-0. Prince George.
Up now for the Royals, number 3.
Raiders are going to call time and try to calm things down now. With 2 out, nobody on. Thompson doubles. Abernathy fouls off several pitches on the 2-2 count, then singles to left. The wind playing a factor in that play. Thompson's able to come home to make it 1-0. Abernathy to second. And then after the fly ball to right field caught by Green, the throw to third base well over Bernardini's head. And Abernathy cruises in to score off the air to make it 2-0.
Adding for the Royals, number 3, Brooke Loving.
So 2 out here, top of the 6th. And time called. Sword your batter. And the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Nothing comes easy when you carry the banner of 3-time defending champion, as Davis hits one right across the middle there for strike 1 to even it at 1-1. But you look out at the defenders on the field right now for Atlee, and you see new faces all over the place who were either on the bench or not even part of any state championship team, as the pitch is hit down the right field line and foul. And the count is 1-2. So it's going to be a lot of pressure wearing that Atlee uniform in 2018. 1-2 to Loving with the 2 out. And the pitch. Ball 2. Brooke held her swing. Pitch high and away, even at 2-2. And of course, a lot of that burden shouldered there in the circle by Davis. Grounder, one hopper to Bernardini at second, screaming to her, and she's able to make the grab without a problem and the throw to first in time. So we go bottom of the 6th, and the Prince George Royals have the lead. It is Royals 2 and Raiders 0. RVA Sports Network Game of the Week back in a moment.
Sheehy Ford of Ashland, with the largest inventory of Fords in the Mid-Atlantic, says fall head over deals. Up to 40% off MSRP or 0% financing for up to 72 months. Sheehy is proud to present its Military Appreciation Program with savings and additional discounts for active duty, military reserve, retired military, dependent families, and now law enforcement. It's easy at Sheehy. Sheehy Ford of Ashland, Route 1 just south of Ashland. Online at SheehyFordAshland.com.
West Incorporated has been serving the Richmond and surrounding areas since 1923, offering the finest in home heating oil and propane gas. They also offer professional service and installation of standby generators, tankless water heaters, gas logs, and gas or oil furnaces. Call them today for all of your heating needs at 355-1721. That's 355-1721. Massey, Wood and West.
We go to the bottom of the 6th, and we're at the bottom of the order with the third baseman, Victoria Bernardini. Ayer and Alyssa Bernardini scheduled to bat here in the 6th inning. Infield at first and third up. First pitch from Thompson, low for ball 1. And Atlee working from a deficit now, down 2-0. After they couldn't scratch with 2 aboard in the first, Prince George strikes for 2 in the 6th. Next pitch inside corner 1-1 on the left-handed hitting Victoria Bernardini. Prince George in baseball, down 3-2, but threatening in the fifth. Liner down toward left field and making the grab as she slides down is the left fielder for the first out of the inning. Flex player Jamie Fields handling that one. And center fielder Abernathy slid down kind of with her at the same time, almost as if she was in support of her. One down, top of the order, it's Ayer, who has struck out twice here in her varsity debut so far. First pitch, outside corner at the knees for strike one. Raiders quelled the threat at baseball, and they'll go middle of fifth, up 3-2 Atlee. Bunt attempt fouled back to the screen, and it's 0-2 on Kelly. A lot of promise in this young lady, the center fielder, top of the order, taking over both positions from the now departed Kelly Warren. She will learn and grow in both of the positions and could become a very special Atlee Raider before all is said and done. The 0-2, swing and a miss, and she'll go down for the third time here this afternoon. And there are two out for Alyssa Bernardini.
Number 5, Alyssa Bernardini.
So 2 out, nobody on, and Thompson 4 outs away from getting Prince George the win on the road in their opener. First pitch misses low for ball one. Thompson smiles as she gets the ball and turns back to the back of the circle. Don't be surprised if these are 2 of the 8 teams that make it into the Region 5B tournament when we get toward Memorial Day. Don't be surprised if they see each other again. Next pitch inside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Only reason why they haven't seen each other in the postseason the last 2 years is because Atlee was in 5A North while Prince George was with the rest of the Richmond area, including Lee Davis in 5A South. Lee Davis winning the region the last 2 seasons before the new reconfiguration of this year and beyond. 2-0 pitch rises, gets away from her, above Swords' glove, and back here behind, right in front of us, and 3-0 is the count. And I could cover softball for 40 years, and I'll still flinch when that ball heads here, knowing, even though well aware there's chain link fence between me and it. Doesn't matter. It's human nature. Thompson ready for the 3-0. Here it comes. Down the middle for strike one. I think that's the first 3-0 Laura's faced all afternoon. Comfortably up 2-0 with nobody on and 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th. 4 outs away from getting PG the win in their opener. And a nice trip back down 295 home. The pitch, swing and a miss, and we're full at 3-2. Prince George baseball made it to the state tournament last year, falling in the state semifinal up in Nova. They want to get back. These Royals, as we mentioned at the top of our broadcast tonight, haven't been to the state since 2014. They long for a return. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And Thompson comes back from a 3-0 count to get the strikeout. And we'll go to the top of the 7th inning. Prince George to bat with a 2-0 lead. Again, busy day tomorrow. We'll start it off tomorrow morning live on ESPN Richmond with RVA Locals Only, our weekly segment on high school sports with Bob Black and Andrew Wallace on the Black and True Sports Huddle. We join them every Friday morning at 9:30, and tomorrow morning we'll be joined live by John Marshall head basketball coach Ty White as we talk about their Class 3 state championship win last weekend. We'll talk about having a number 1 nationwide prospect on your team, and it's Isaiah Todd, but we'll also talk about players who, because of the big shadow that Todd literally and figuratively lays out in the recruiting landscape, there's some fantastic players on that roster that helped the Justices win a state title that maybe you aren't familiar with their names. We are, from having them on our Game of the Week back in January. We'll talk about Allen, McCrae, Seward, Wheeler. And that's all tomorrow morning. ESPN Richmond, 99.5 and 102.7 FM, 950 on the AM dial, and live at ESPNRichmond.com at 9:30. We're with Black and True Andrew Wallace, Bob Black, every Friday morning at 9:30 for RVA Locals Only, as we spotlight high school sports every week on ESPN Richmond. Then we got our Game of the Week baseball tomorrow night live at Hanover. We go live at 7 Eastern, James River and Hanover, the Rapids and the Hawks. Looking forward to that tomorrow night on our YouTube channel. Embedded YouTube players will be available at the top of both RVASportsNetwork.com and HanoverCountySports.net. And, of course, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, never miss another live Game of the Week at youtube.com/RVA Sports Network. Quisenberry to the plate. The first pitch, fisted foul, hitting the top of the third base dugout for strike one. Prince George 2, Atlee nothing, top 7. It will be the heart of the order for Atlee. The 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up, bottom 7. Quisenberry sends one down the left field line, racing over to get it, and it is not caught, and it is a fair ball. Quisenberry will land at second base. April Hooper not able to make the play right at the line on a ball that was kind of tailing a little bit. And we're going to get the flex coming in as the courtesy runner for Prince George.
Courtesy runner number 5, Jamie Fields.
And that's Fields, who's been the left fielder this afternoon. And the first baseman Nays to the plate with a chance to up the 2-0 lead with nobody out here in the 7th. First pitch is low for ball 1. And interestingly enough, as the sun said goodnight, the wind has died down all of a sudden for the first time all day. Not even in our time here together on our broadcast, but all day. We'll see how long that lasts. Runner at second, Nays ready. 1-0 from Davis. Is a foul tip out of play off of Friel's helmet and over the backstop, and we're even at 1-1. Atlee baseball has added a run in the bottom of the 5th to make it a 4-2 lead for the Raiders. Here, runner at second, nobody out, top 7. Royals up 2-0, looking for more. Nays with a nice bunt, gets behind La Femina, and coming around to score. Throw to second, safe. Nays with a perfect bunt. La Femina could not get to it between the circle and first base, and flying around to score. The courtesy runner, Fields. And it's 3-0 Prince George. That'll go down as a infield hit. Fields will score. And Nays ends up safe at second, as I believe one of the Atlee coaches wants to talk to the field umpire about the play at second. Haley Godfrey 2 up for the Royals, and Prince George now with a 3-0 cushion here in the 7th inning. They go to the 6th at baseball. Atlee up 4-2.
Up for the Royals, number 14, Haley Godfrey.
Godfrey to the plate now with another runner at second, and still nobody out here in the 7th. Number 9 hitter Miles on deck. Off-speed pitch gets her for strike 1. Godfrey way ahead there on the swing. Hanover and Powhatan girls soccer season underway, and Hanover takes an early 1-0 lead. That's a Region 4B battle there. 0-1 pitch, low, 1-1. Trying to go to third, and she'll be cut down. Nays, the throw from Friel. Durbin covering. And there's one away here in the 7th inning. It's a nice job there by not only Friel, but also for Durbin covering over from short to apply the tag. 1-1 the count now. Nobody on, one out, but a run in here in the 7th. 3-0 Prince George. Davis ready, the 1-1. Another off-speed pitch that fools Godfrey. A weak swing makes it 1-2. So top of the 6th at baseball, Atlee 4, Prince George 2. Top of the 7th here at our game of the week, softball. Prince George 3, Atlee nothing. 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Miles on deck. Davis ready with the 2-2. It's high. We'll go full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Aaron Miles on deck. And Godfrey in, set for the 3-2 delivery from Davis. Got her again, pulling the string. Strike 3 called.
Now batting number 4, Aaron Miles.
So Miles to bat here with 2 out and nobody on. First pitch fouled back to the screen, 0-1 the count. If you haven't looked deep into your calendar yet, the first time we have an Atlee Lee Davis showdown right before spring break on Thursday night, March 29th. 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. And, of course, Lee Davis had some graduation losses, too. They were the state runner-up, losing 1-0 in the title game to Atlee. Kaylee Scott now dealing at Randolph-Macon. Several position players gone as well, but several back. Next pitch misses outside, and we're at 2-1 to Miles with Laura Thompson, top of the order, waiting to keep this 7th going for Prince George. Again, Lee Davis won their opener against Hermitage last night. They go to Manchester Tuesday afternoon. That pitch misses low, and it's 3-1. And you can see the confidence kind of leaving the face of Rachel Davis. Couple of tough breaks defensively. Couple of close calls. And it's suddenly 3-0. She'll get the outside corner to make it 3-2 on Miles here, trying to get out of the 7th without further damage. She's part of the order in the 7th. 3, 4, 5 hitters due up for Atlee. They'll need 3 to tie and 4 for the walk-off. Pitch, outside ball 4, and Thompson, top of the order, will come to the plate with 2 out in the 7th inning. We're going to get a runner here for Prince George.
Running at first base, number 8, Harley Rozier.
Harley Rozier will come in to run for Miles, the right fielder, which leads us to believe that that would be
Number 11.
a pinch runner rather than a courtesy runner. Not a pitcher, not a catcher. And the top of the order, Laura Thompson, looking to be today's winning pitcher. At the plate, first pitch misses low and away for ball 1. And one of the differences coming in today we knew was Laura Thompson having such experience in the circle and Rachel Davis really taking over for the first time in her career. The advantage there in terms of a checklist pregame would belong to Prince George. Misses there, 2-0, and Rachel kind of bends toward her knees and a little bit of frustration. 2-0 the count. This is when you got to learn how to be mentally tough, grind it out, get out of the inning, keep the score the way it is. 2-0, misses low, and she's like, really? And she's letting it get to her. She smiles and looks toward the the dugout. She's just going to kind of keep it together here because things can cascade very quickly if you allow a couple of calls against you to get into that head. 3-0 pitch. That's in there for strike one. Going to second base and in there safely is Rozier on the late steal attempt. And another runner in scoring position. And the count 3-1, and Thompson will be looking for something to hit here. Laura was not part of that 2-run sixth inning. She grounded out to start that sixth inning. 3-1, ball four, and Thompson gets aboard. First and second, 2 out.
Now batting number 7, Sarah Thompson.
And here's the young lady who broke things open last inning with the double in the gap to left center field, Sarah Thompson. Later scored on the Abernathy single. Wind begins to pick up a little bit again. First pitch, that's in there for strike one. Sometimes you just got to throw a fastball down the middle to get yourself back in rhythm. And that's what she did. 3-0 Royals. 0-1 the count. Runners at first and second with 2 out in the seventh. She nips the corner for strike two, and that brings Raider Nation alive to our right as they hope to will Rachel on to get this third out and then get the rally caps on in the bottom of the seventh. Prince George leaves a runner at baseball as that pitch is fouled off by Sarah, and we're at 0-2. And so Atlee will come to bat on the bottom of the sixth, still leading Prince George in baseball 4-2. We'll have the final on that one on Twitter at both Hanover Sports and at the RVA Sports Net after we leave the air here tonight. We'll stay until that one's done. 0-2 from Davis. Foul back to the screen, still 0-2 to Sarah Thompson. Abernathy on deck, wants to get another crack here this evening. Rozier, the pinch runner, after the stolen base at second. She represents the walk to Miles, the number 9 hitter, a couple of moments ago. First and second, 2 out, 0-2. Fouled again, out of play. And as Abernathy kept battling and then got the hit that broke it open last inning, Sarah Thompson trying to do the same thing here. Battle of wills between Davis and Sarah Thompson. Another 0-2 pitch. Popped it up. Second baseman, Bernardini, says she has it and makes the catch for the third out of the inning. So they'll strand 2, but they'll get another in. Last chance for Atlee. Bottom of the 7th. Prince George 3, Atlee nothing. So to reset things for you here, fans, they're going bottom of the 6th at baseball. Atlee leading Prince George 4-2. And here in the game of the week, live on the RVA Sports Network, we go bottom 7 with the 3-time defending state champion Raiders in danger of losing their season opener and their home opener in what is a very tough first game of the year test against a team that wants to replace Atlee at the top of Class 5, and that is the Royals of Prince George. They've been knocking on the door each of the last 2 years. We mentioned falling in the regionals each of the last 2 years. In 2016, they were in a classic battle with Lee Davis before Lee Davis won that and went to the state tournament and lost to Atlee in the semis. And then last year, Prince George lost in the regional quarters to Glen Allen, who lost to Lee Davis in the semis, and Lee Davis won the region again, got to the state championship where they ran into Atlee again and lost 1-0. They finish the meeting in the circle, and Thompson gets ready. And they're going to start the inning with the number 3 hitter and the most experienced hitter in the lineup in shortstop Jordan Durbin. Durbin, Davis on deck. Hooper scheduled third, and that pitch at the knees is in for strike 1 to Jordan Durbin. 0-1 the count. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom 7. Beautiful changeup in for strike 2. And Thompson with just a ton of confidence in the circle right now. Durbin ready. 0-2 delivery. High and outside for ball 1. Wanted to nip that corner, but got away from her. Durbin can get on. Davis right behind her. Heart of the order. It's who you want when you're down 3 in the 7th. Next pitch, looped left center field, high and playable, and the center fielder Abernathy will get there underneath it for the catch and the first out of inning number 7.
For the Raiders, number 17, Rachel Davis.
So Durbin got a hold of it pretty nicely, but it was hanging in the air long enough for the speedy Abernathy to easily get under it and make the play for the first out of the inning for Prince George. Now Davis to the plate with nobody on and 1 out. Thompson kicks and fires, swing and a miss for strike 1. Oh, 0-1 the count. Thompson fires, pulls the string and gets the swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 to Davis. I suspect we'll see both of these teams in our first RBA Sports Network Top 10 softball poll coming up Sunday on Central Region Now podcast, as well as, of course, at RBASportsNetwork.com. 0-2 pitch. Foul back to the screen. We'll try it again at 0-2. Hooper's scheduled to bat next. Pitch swing, miss, got her. 2 down here in the 7th. And we'll get, looks like a pinch hitter coming up, as Coach McIntyre is going to get Kara Hammock in to pinch hit for April Hooper. With 2 down here in the 7th and down by 3.
Pitch hitting for the Raiders, number 16, Kara Hammock.
So Hammock to the plate, trying to extend the game here for the Atlee Raiders. We'd have to go back into the record books to see the last time Atlee lost at home. It hasn't been that long ago. First pitch misses high for ball 1. They had a battle with Prince George last year. Remember the game with War Hill last year, the game with King William a few years ago. Next pitch, swing and a miss. It's a pretty pitch, and Hammock just couldn't connect, and we're even at 1-1. They are going to the 7th now in baseball, and Atlee's got an insurance run. They lead Prince George 5-2. Thompson trying to wrap this one up. The 1-1. Check swing, strike 2. Hammock down to the last strike. So are the Atlee Raiders. Prince George looking for a big road victory to start 2018 and what they hope will be a state championship season, and they certainly should be considered. Swing and a miss, and Thompson gets the job done, and the game is over. And Prince George comes to Hanover County, comes to Atlee, and picks up the 3-0 win over the Atlee Raiders. Game 1 for Prince George. They're 1-0. Raiders are 0-1. Atlee has a lot to figure out. Of course, we talked about at the start of the broadcast how many people they have that are replacing key cogs of championships in 2015, 16, 17. It is hard to lose a class featuring Peyton St. George and Casey Barrett and Kelly Warren. without having some early growing pains, whereas Prince George comes back with lots of experience and lots of hunger. After not being able to get the job done at the regional level to get to states the last 2 years, they're trying to get back to the state tournament for the first time since 2014. They take step one here tonight. Final score, 3-0 Prince George. Great performance in the circle tonight by Laura Thompson in the shutout victory. Again, fans at baseball, it's 5-2 Atlee. Prince George now batting top 7. So 3 outs away from Atlee getting a victory. And as soon as we have an update on that, we'll catch it for you on Twitter at the RVA Sportsnet and at Hanover Sports on Twitter. Our next broadcast is coming up live again tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We're live at Hanover High School when James River comes to Hanover for baseball action. We suspect both teams will be in the first RVA Sports Network Top 10 baseball poll that comes out Sunday on the Central Region Now podcast and at RVASportsNetwork.com. We'll be with you live at 7 o'clock Eastern Time tomorrow night at Hanover High School. So hope you will come and join us there on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/RVA Sports Network and never miss another live RVA Sports Network high school sports broadcast. So congratulations to Prince George getting the road victory tonight, 3-0 over Atlee with 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, and a great job in the circle from Laura Thompson. This Game of the Week broadcast, an exclusive presentation of the RVA Sports Network and intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any other use of tonight's broadcast without the express written consent of HCS Media LLC is strictly prohibited. Our thanks to Ryan Malloy, Tom McIntyre, and everyone here at Atlee High School for their hospitality. We'll talk to you in a little less than 24 hours from Hanover High. James River Hanover Baseball tomorrow night is our Premier Week Game of the Week doubleheader. Hits Part 2. Rob Witham saying talk to you tomorrow night at 7.